Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series number 32, Target exclusive Special Missions Cobra Island Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. So this one has not yet started to hit Target, so don't go out, run into your local store to see if they've received it yet. I made a trade with a buddy in Singapore to get mine. And I think only so far Hong Kong and Singapore are the only places to have gotten it. I don't even think Canada has gotten it yet. I don't know when it's going to be expected to arrive in Target stores or Toys R Us up in Canada. So, but just keep your eyes peeled for any news that may be coming out. But this guy looks awesome. He's loaded with accessories. The artwork on the box looks fantastic. I love the way it looks there. Looking at it on the side as well. Really, really awesome. Here on the other side we have the different insignias for barbecue. The back of the package we see Cobra Island, just like with all the other Target exclusive Cobra Island figures. And that's it. So let's get this bad boy out of the package. Okay, and here is the barbecue figure out of the package, and he is a really nice one. He looks really cool. There's a lot of reuse here. I'm not sure which torso he's going to use because he has that big kind of vest piece that's on there that's really going to hinder his ab and torso articulation, but the legs are actually all Destro, the same, the boots, the knees, the legs themselves, they're all reused from Destro. And I don't know how often we've seen reuse from a Cobra figure to a Joe figure. I just thought that was kind of interesting, would point that out, but those again are reused. I think the arms and everything else is going to be new, but I could be wrong. But one thing that I really love about this figure is weapon storage. Everything that he comes with fits nicely onto the figure. I love it when they do that because I think it's just really cool how they can kind of fit everything together. So we have a holster here for his gun. I have to look. I guess I don't know what kind of gun it is, but it would be maybe the fire retardant gun. I don't know. But the axe could go actually onto the backpack piece, and then the smaller axe actually will kind of hook onto his right leg there, which is really cool. Then you have the backpack and the hose piece that attaches to the gun piece as well as the backpack. One thing that I really don't like though is if you look at that backpack, that's how it fits onto his back. It doesn't fit flush in any way. It just looks kind of funky because it sticks out like that. From behind, if you're looking at it, I guess you wouldn't really notice, but I think that's kind of bad. It should sit, like flush on there, like maybe if there was some curve to this to get that accurate, or if it ported in lower onto his back. To me, that just looks a little bit funky, but let's zoom in and take a closer look at the figure because it looks really, really good. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Barbecue, and damn it, doesn't he just look really, really good? I love the way his helmet looks. I love the silver on there, the shinier black for the visor over kind of the black helmet already. Looks really, really good. The two oranges of like the legs and the arms and his vest piece are different, but I kind of like the way that looks. Kind of helps differentiate it a little bit, and we could see that that's not all part of his body. That's actually a different piece that he's wearing. I feel kind of stupid, so I looked it up. The vintage toy lists this as a water tank, hose, and nozzle. So not sure what, I mean, obviously he's a fireman. His family was we're all firefighters. So he kind of, picked up on that. Looked at a little bit of his bio, and he's kind of a party animal kind of guy. So it's kind of all interesting, but this looks really good. The tank I really like. As you can see, we got some warning labels on there. I can't really make out exactly what they are, but it's going to be some like the flammable type stuff. So leads me to believe that is more than just a water tank, but some kind of fire retardant that will put out fire, stuff like that. We get the one axe that can actually just kind of clip onto the back there. As you can see, it's just a little bit of space, and you can kind of push it in there, and it'll hold. The silver on the blade of the axe looks really nice. They used a nice silver metallic color, so I like when they do that. We get the other axe here that just kind of hooks onto his right leg there. We lift up and we can get it out. And again, this one, the blade, they did a nice silver metallic paint on it there. And then the handle right here gets some nice silver paint as well. And that looks really good. So the tank, we're going to remove that. We're going to remove the nozzle from the holster on his left leg. And so we can undo the hose. It just connects right on into the back. And then looking at the nozzle, just on an all black color, and it's sculpted fairly nicely. We have a little bit of a peg hole in there, and I'm not sure if like the smoke effect that we got from like the Black Widow figure, I don't think that's gonna work on here. Oh, it does. So you could do something like that, and I don't know if this would actually make sense though, unless you had like fumes from some kind of chemical. But if it's a water tank and nozzle, this really wouldn't make sense, but it does work, in case anybody would be interested. And then again, looking at the tank, the tanks are painted orange, and it all looks really good. The sculpted detail of the tank is really nice as well. But again, I wish it would sit flush. And the hose attaches right there. As you can see, there's a little peg, and it just ports right onto there. So those are the accessories. Looking at the rest of Gabriel Kelly barbecue. Looks really good. We get some kind of, it looks kind of like a mini generator type of deal. We get a little bit of green paint on there. And then part of his arm, I'm not sure exactly what all those different pieces would kind of do. And then just orange, black boots, darker orange for the knee pads, which actually match kind of this armor vest color, which is pretty cool. A little bit of that same reddish orange color there on these gauntlet pieces. Pouch there on his left arm. That looks really good. We get this little symbol there on his right. But very good looking figure. Now, let's see his articulation. Okay, so barbecue's articulation. So the head, he can look down that much, and his chin does kind of tuck into that vest piece quite a bit, so he's able to do that. He can look up that much. We get some crazy pivot going on in there. Full rotation, of course. The neck and the head are on two separate pieces, so a lot of natural looking motion and movement. You can get the shoulder to go out that much, like so. You get a full rotation, of course. There is a butterfly joint in there, but it's going to be pretty limited in being able to use it because the vest is going to hinder going back. But you can do it somewhat coming forward crossbody. You're not really going to be able to get to do, but there is one in there. You have an upper bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow that only gives you about a 90-degree bend because it's got that pouch there. And then even on the right, we got this armband there. So you're not going to get a whole lot going out of there, even on the right side, unfortunately. And then wrists swivel, and they do have a vertical hinge, not horizontal hinge, so that is good. Now, as far as the torso, nothing. But at the waist, we have a waist ball joint, so you can get him to pivot to his left, pivot to his right, not really pivot back, not really pivot forward. So that's a little unfortunate, but a lot of the G.I. Joe figures kind of have that vest going on, so it's really going to hinder quite a bit. You can have him do the full splits like so, because you do have the drop down, and with that, when you do the drop down, he can kick forward quite a bit, which is great. You can get to go back a tiny bit. You have an upper thigh cut in there. You get a double jointed knee like so, which is actually a really good bend there at the knee. Boot swivel. Foot hinges all the way down. We get some hinge up ever so slightly. Ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So good articulation, but again, another one that we are just completely limited because of the vest, which I think does look really good and adds to the overall look of the figure. And I actually would prefer that it's there as opposed to not, even if he, could get more articulation. I think the figure just looks fantastic just the way it is, and I cannot get him to stand now. There he is. Okay, you can see the axe fits in the hand quite nicely. They are trigger finger hands, so he can technically use the nozzle on either hand, but with the hose being on his left side, it's probably best that he uses left hand for the nozzle, but you can do that. Now I'm going to see if we can get two hands on that long handle axe. Not sure if that'll work. Let's see. So I kind of tried, if he's going to come down hard with the axe, I tried to do, like, if he's going to hold it with two hands, but it's not really made, I guess, for that. You would think with a long handle axe that you would want to do 2 hands to get a good grip on it. But the way the handle is actually designed of the axe, so it looks like it would just be, you know, 1 hand actually holding it, and it's difficult, you know, even though he has the butterfly joints, it's actually really difficult to be able to maneuver the 2 arms to get close together, because we have this vest, and see how on the shoulder it comes out a little bit further, so it just makes it really difficult for him to try and grip the axe with 2 hands in like a forward motion, as if he's going to come down with the axe, unfortunately. But I mean, the axe, it does work with 1 hand. Yeah, I mean, he can hold it again with 2 hands, but if you were to like get it to come up, you could do something like that at an angle to where it looks like, you know, he's going to come down with it. But I mean, other than that, it just doesn't work out so well. Okay, so here we have the 2 latest Cobra missions, Special Missions Cobra Island Target exclusive figures, Barbecue and Breaker with the Ram Cycle, which is still in the box. I ended up putting them back in the box. But we have the 2 latest ones. Again, I don't know when they will be popping up in Target stores. Toys R Us up in Canada has started to receive Breaker with the Ram Cycle. Again, when they will show up in Target, I don't really know yet. But a nice offering from the Cobra Island figures, which I think have all been really, really good, except for maybe the Roadblock figure. But these ones continue to impress me. Barbecue might have my favorite overall look and aesthetic for a figure in the G.I. Joe Classified Series line. There's been some fantastic figures. I love the Cobra Trooper figure. As you know, it was one of my top figures of 2020. But Barbecue is pretty damn awesome. I just really love the look. The accessories are cool. He can store everything. So I really like it. He's really turning into be one of my favorite G.I. Joe Classified figures. Okay, so that is my review of the Barbecue figure. My final thoughts: I love the figure, love the way it looks. The accessories are really cool, but the damn tank on the back, I think that looks terrible. It keeps wanting to fall off. I'm really scared that as you kind of keep moving it around, that this peg will become warped. It will start to bend and start to tear and break. You really want to be careful about that. Always remove it before you try to do anything. The hose is pretty stiff, so you're not going to get a whole lot of bend and flex to it, which I guess I didn't really talk about. But there is obviously some, but it's not super flexible or anything. There's no bendy wire. Bendy wire would have been really damn cool if they did something like that. But it is what it is. Again, I think the biggest letdown is just the way the tank fits on his back. Again, just looks really, really bad, and it wants to fall off all the time because it doesn't sit right, and just, you know, it's unfortunate because it's such a damn good looking figure. I mean, look at that. The helmet looks amazing. I love the way it turned out. One thing that I didn't even notice until now is we get this little bit of this hose right there on the side that's painted in a metallic black color, and that's going to be kind of some airflow. That is really awesome. Just love the way the figure looks. But again, that looks terrible. But the figure itself looks awesome. Hopefully you guys like it. You guys let me know down in the comments below. It is now one of my favorites because he just looks so damn cool. But you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of the figure. Did you get yours on Target.com? I'll include links to Target's website as well as Hasbro Pulse. I know it was sold out on Pulse, and I know it's been sold out a few times on Target, and it comes back in stock. I'll include links, both of the links in the video description. Always keep an eye, because you never know, those things can kind of pop up again. Hopefully it does. Hopefully you can get your hands on it. Hopefully it'll be easy to find in store, kind of like Major Blood was. Even though Major Blood's really dried up now, I don't even know if people are trying to find it, have a hard time finding, or what the deal is with him at this point. But hopefully they kind of, Target's really, and Hasbro have really fixed all the issues with Cobra Island, and everything has really become easy to get a hold of. Even Beachhead popped up again on Target's website. So hopefully, again, Barbecue will be easy to get. Hopefully Breaker will be easy to get. Fingers crossed, we shall see. But if you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.